and we're about to go see Exodus: God of Kings. Excited about this movie, even though it got bad reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. There's some hope in there because the same director made Gladiator, which was an awesome movie. But also, he did make Prometheus, which was not that great of a movie. So, I don't know. But I think visually it should still be interesting, and I always did want to see all those plagues from the Bible in action. So, can't be disappointed with that, I'm hoping. I was excited about seeing the plagues. Didn't happen until like 2 hours into the movie. And leading up to that was a bunch of walking. There was a bunch of walking and a bunch of horses. So much of the movie was like just showing walking, people riding horses, more walking, more horses. Like in the beginning, there's this big scene, like a battle, and you think, oh, this will be cool. But it's 5 minutes of horse riding. That's pretty much all it is. Maybe a couple little stabbings there and here, and it's just like, so even if you don't know much about the story of Moses, I'm sure you heard of the parting of the Red Sea. And this is the biggest thing that has really bothered me about this movie. Who does not want to see a giant sea parted? But instead, what happened was Moses just decided like, oh, I'll just walk in this little puddle. And that was the climax of that moment. Moses is like, oh, look at the water. It's not even high anymore. Let's just, come on everybody, let's go. And they're just walking in this like little puddles of water. They had to have known that that is what happens in the story in the Bible. The sea gets parted. Like most people know about that. He just took a nap and he woke up and there was 3 feet of water and that was it. And then at one point, the people are kind of struggling. Now it's like 5 feet of water. And you think the whole point of this happening is it would be easy for the people to cross the water and have an easy time for these Egyptian slaves and enslaved for 400 years. You think they could get across the water without any problems, and I think that was the intention of the story initially. But then they're kind of drowning, and they're like, that whole scene was just annoying. Moses just keeps walking, and another thing, Moses didn't have a staff, and I think that's pretty crucial. Like Moses should have a staff, and like he pounded in the grounds, making commands to people, but...
Did Moses seem confused to you?
I just think he seemed like an idiot. There was never like this real like character change. That was cool. You just kind of saw him like this, and now you see him like this. It was more like he's still kind of weird. So I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if they left it off like to make a sequel like of the 40 years in the desert. But I don't know if I could handle much more of them being in the desert with all that walking and just the horseback riding and stuff. It's just like it just didn't need that much. I mean, I understand that's like how they got around back then, but to have like that many scenes of it is just like, that's why the movie was 2.5 hours long. It's just like, you just don't need that. I didn't go in thinking that it would be completely accurate with biblical story, but I think there's crucial things that they at least could have kind of followed that is a good story, like actually seeing the sea get parted. I would say Rotten Tomatoes was probably pretty accurate, and the rating of 29%. It was just not that great. So yeah, thanks for listening, and that's it.